A very good evening. Much thanks for you joining us here on the program. It is exactly 9 p.m. East African time. The day is 11th of January 2024. I'm Nancy Nalima. Sign language interpreter is Felista Adundo. Our team of reporters has been working around the clock to bring you stories that are factual and timely. Before we get into that, here are our top stories. Tonight on Lookup News.
I hear many people say, oh, kuna shida mingi, kuna problem nyingi. The only problem we have in Kenya ni madeni. That's the only problem. And that is what has hidden my head for the last 1 year.
For every 10 shillings collected by the government, 7 shillings is used to repay debt, says President William Ruto, as he reveals the debt burden is hindering development. The government has collected 158 million from 32,000 visitors in a week under the visa-free program. And bus driver who caused the deaths of 15 people in Mau Summit charged with 15 counts of murder. Once more, welcome to the program. The hashtag is Lookup News at Lookuptv on Facebook, Lookuptv on YouTube, and as well Lookuptv on X. Let's begin. President William Ruto has once again reiterated his government is fully committed to delivering his pre-election promises. That of state while on a development tour of Nyandarua County, where he launched the upgrading of Boiman-Kwajenga Road, says he will continue supporting farmers to boost production of food. The president has already announced milk farmers will receive improved returns per litre of milk supplied, as our reporter Henry Tende now files.
Bwana Yesu asifiwe.
Once again, President William Ruto, in company of his deputy Rigathi Gachagua, were today on a development tour of Nyandarua County. Today's visit presenting a bag of goodies for residents of Nyandarua. This Boiman-Kwajenga Road that has been in poor state, affecting transportation of passengers and goods, will now receive a facelift after the president launched its upgrade to bitumen standard. It is during this launch that President Ruto has made it clear, despite opposition from certain quarters towards his projects, he is more than determined to deliver his pre-election promises. Today, milk farmers will sleep happy after the president announced he will review upwards the amount paid for a liter of milk from March this year.
Kuanzia mwezi wa 3 tunarudisha ile bei ya maziwa ambayo ilikuwa imerudi chini karibu shilingi 30, sasa tunarudisha shilingi 50 kwa kila lita. Nimesema shilingi ngapi? Nimesema shilingi ngapi? 50 kwa lita moja. Kuanzia tarehe 1 mwezi wa 3 tunaweka bei hiyo na KCC.
To facilitate the payments, President Ruto will work alongside the Kenya Creameries Corporation KCC to ensure several deserving farmers are duly appreciated for their hard work.
Hii pesa ya maziwa sana sana inachelewa. Unangoja miezi miwili bado haijalipwa. Si ni kweli? Sasa nimekubaliana na watu wa KCC ya kwamba maziwa ilipwe kama mshahara. Si mshahara analipwa mwisho wa mwezi ikiisha? Kuna mtu anaambiwa ngojea? Sasa tumekubaliana mwisho wa mwezi mpaka mwezi wa 7 maziwa inalipwa mwisho wa mwezi. Hakuna mambo ya kungojea siku hiyo ingine. Na kama kwa sababu watahitaji msaada wa serikali, nitaweka pesa ya serikali kuhakikisha hiyo inafanyika.
Residents of Nyandarua are also a happy lot after the president announced his government will pump 1.1 billion shillings into a project that will supply electricity in the county.
Hapa Nyandarua tumetafuta shilingi bilioni 1.1 ya mambo ya stima ya Nyandarua. So tayari we have 1.1 billion shillings ya mwaka huu ya kupanga mambo ya stima hapa. Hatutaweza kukamilisha everywhere, lakini tutaweka a 3-year program. Mwaka huu 1.1 billion, mwaka ujao na huyo mwaka ingine ndio tuweze kusukuma stima iweze kufika kwa wananchi wengi.
Rais wetu, tunataka kukuhakikishia wewe panga kazi yako. Wenye kukuchagua ni hawa, na hawa wanajua uko na mpango na wanakuvumilia. Sini pole pole. Unajua rais amekuta Kenya imefilisika. Na mimi nilisema pale Kasarani wakasema mimi ni mjeuri. Nikasema tumekuta store hata panya ametoroka, hakuna kitu ya kukula. Sasa huyu rais ameanza chodo mpya na ameanza kupanga Kenya pole pole vile Mwai Kibaki alipanga. Sasa mmeona barabara ndio hii.
Henry Tendanyula, Lookuptv.
Thank you, Tanya, for that story. Now, sleuths from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations and the Kenya Revenue Authority today nabbed over 1,000 bags of illegal power milk worth at least 150 million shillings in Nairobi. According to Agriculture CS Mithika Lenturi, the consignment, which was shipped into the country illegally, might have costed the government millions of money in tax levies.
We have a consignment worth 150 million shillings. Milioni 150 worth of products that have come into the country illegally. What that means is that KRA or government of Kenya, because these items have not been levied, imusiko KRA ama serikali ya Kenya inapoteza milioni 50 kwa kondi ambayo sisi sote tunajaribu kuokota ili tuweze kujitegemea kama Wakenya, ili tuweze kupeana huduma kwa Wakenya. I'm simply saying this because it is a simple demonstration of the serious effects of the kind of threat the country is faced with when these unscrupulous criminal minded traders push to this country. But even beyond that, what are we saying? We are saying ile maziwa imeletwa hapa sababu haijakaguliwa vizuri, haijulikani imetoka wapi, na mumeona hapa, inamaanisha ya kwamba hata afya yetu kama Wakenya, ile wale wangekunywa maziwa haya, basi ingewapea ama ingekuwa na madhara mingi kwa afya ya watu wetu.
And elsewhere, the driver of the ill-fated bus, Classics Kings of Congo bus, that was involved in a crash that killed 15 people at the Twin Bridge area of the Nakuru-Eldoret Highway earlier this week, was on Thursday charged with 15 counts of murder at a Molo court. Clement Kiaria, alias Taylor, who appeared before Principal Magistrate Daisy Mose, denied all the counts and was released on 1 million shillings bond or a surety of a similar amount.
Causing death by dangerous driving, contrary to Section 16 of the Traffic Act, have over 3 laws of Kenya.
Appearing before Principal Magistrate Daisy Mose, Kiari denied all charges laid against him, including causing the death of 15 people, reckless driving, contravening insurance use, and carrying 41 uninsured passengers. The incident occurred in January 9, when Kiari allegedly drove the bus in a dangerous manner, resulting in the tragic deaths of 15 individuals in a 14-seater matatu.
The particulars of the events are, on the 9th day of January 2024, at about 02 hours at Queen's Bridge area along Eldoret Nakuru Road in Kuresoi North Sub-County within Nakuru County, being the driver of a motor vehicle registration number 688588805, Max Manba, did drive the same motor vehicle along the same public road in a manner which was dangerous to the public.
While the prosecution did not oppose the guarantee of bail and bond, they asked the court to consider the severity of the accident. Retrial is scheduled for January 29, with the presiding magistrate instructing the prosecution to provide the case documents to the accused by that date. Despite being released on bail of Kenya shillings 1 million, the magistrate ordered that Kiari receive medical treatment for visible injuries and pain.
The matter will be mentioned on the 29th of January this year before court number 1 for pre-trial directions, and the accused is given a bond of 1 million shillings with 2 sureties of a similar amount, and then is to be taken for treatment because I can see he's visibly injured and is in pain.
The driver, who had been missing since the accident on Monday, was apprehended on Wednesday, leading his disappearance in court. Martin Masharia, Lookuptv.
The government has raked in at least 158.8 million in the past week through the newly introduced Electronic Travel Authorization (ATS) system. According to Immigration Principal Secretary Ambassador Julius Bitok, 32,000 foreigners have utilized the platform to submit their applications to visit Kenya. Fresh data from Immigration Department indicates that out of the received applications, approximately 25,000 have been successfully processed, while 110 have been rejected on security grounds. Getembe with more.
Kenya has received more than 32,000 travelers' applications through the new electronic travelers authorization. Of these, 25,000 were approved in the past weeks. While speaking at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport today, while inspecting the progress of the new system, Immigration Permanent Secretary Julius Bitok says this move has enabled the immigration officials to collect over $1 million. He at the same time revealed that 110 requests were declined on national security grounds. According to Bitok, the ministry has been able to make the form of application as simple as possible. The vacated visa requirements have been replaced by the electronic travel authorization system. Regulation of entry into and exit of Kenya involves carrying out a number of activities and procedures to determine, establish and ascertain a prospective visa bona fides, eligibility and sustainability for entry into Kenya. All travelers, whether foreign nationals, Kenyan citizens or residents, are responsible on arrival for appearing in person before an immigration officer with their passport or other acceptable or valid travel document valid for at least 6 months, present themselves for the capture of biometrics. In case of foreign nationals, if required by immigration officer, producing all or any of the following: e-visas linked to the list of countries in the categories, e-passes linked to the countries in the categories, return on onward tickets or evidence of such onward travel arrangements, evidence of enough funds for sustenance for the duration of stay in Kenya, hotel booking or physical address and telephone contacts of the host, travel intrally while in Kenya. Any person who does not report to an immigration officer at designated pool contravenes the Kenya Citizenship and Immigration Act of 2011 and may subjected to be arrested by an immigration officer or a police officer for investigation and further action. Getembe, Lookuptv, Nairobi.
President William Ruto has laid bare the country's sorry state of the economy, which he says is costing him sleepless nights. Speaking while he met Jubilee Party officials and MCAs in Nakuru, the head of state has admitted his regime is struggling to run the government as debt repayment hits 70% of total revenues collected in the country. As Faith Charles now reports, Jubilee leaders present vowed to support President Ruto's development agenda.
Despite the opposition's constant attacks on the government over what they term as overtaxation, President William Ruto has defended the government's move to increase taxes levied on Kenyans, affirming he had to make that difficult decision to save the country from the shame of loan defaulting.
Every 10 shillings you collect, 7 shillings unaenda kulipa madeni. There is a problem, isn't it? Yes, because then you are left with 3 shillings. Kulipa mshahara, kulipa counties, kuendesha kufanya maendeleo sijui utafanya namna gani. 3 shillings. My intention is that we should we should flip it. We should be using 3 shillings to pay debt and 7 shillings to endesha Kenya.
Speaking in Nakuru during a meeting with a function of Jubilee Party led by Kanini Kenga and Sabina Chege, Ruto noted that loan defaulting is greatest bondage in the country and the only way to come out of that is through using our own resources.
I hear many people say, oh, kuna shida mingi, kuna problem mingi. The only problem we have in Kenya ni madeni. That's the only problem. And that is what has hidden my head for the last 1 year.
Jubilee leaders present led by Kanini Kenga voiced their support for President Ruto's administration. Elders MP Adan Keyan seemingly in support of President Ruto's sustained onslaught on his judiciary.
We respect the courts, but there is no absolute independence. Where is it written? We have been part of the current constitution. We know both the letter and the spirit.
Mimi si kukupatia kura na wengi hapa nikiwaangalia hivi tulikuwa tumeenda ijia hiyo. Ukweli ama si ukweli? But we want to say, Your Excellency, we have made a conscious decision in 2027 to make sure that we take you back to State House because you will have transfer.
Nominated MP Sabina Chege took the opportunity to urge Kenyans to support the Ruto-led regime, with MCAs present lauding the head of state for his continuous support despite struggles within the party.
I am 100% brave, and I know Your Excellency, and I'm convinced that when you work together with His Excellency, also your Deputy President and your team of the executive, we know this country we will go very far. Mambo inaweza kuwa magumu leo.
Without you, kuna mambo mengi ambayo hatuwezi fanya. We are here to also express solidarity to support you and your government and everything that your government is propagating in this country. We are here to support you.
Faith Charles, Lookuptv.
That story by Faith Charles takes us to a very fast break here on the program. 15 minutes past top of the hour. We'll be back with so much more on the other side. Don't go too far.
Infinity Industrial Park is one of the largest private industrial parks located along Eastern Bypass, Nairobi, which provides modern infrastructure for smooth operations for industries and business enterprises. Infinity Industrial Park offers world-class amenities and facilities with wide roads, a police station, a power substation, fire station, public transport stage, hospital, and shopping mall. In addition, Infinity Industrial Park also offers CCTV cameras, 24-hour private armed security patrol, sewer, water, fiber optic cable, and 3-phase power connection, added to public utility, canteen, and dining areas. Sail on the golden opportunity to invest in Infinity Industrial Park fully serviced warehouses at a special price of 3,569 Kenyan shillings per square foot. For more inquiries, visit our website infinityindustrialpark.com.
Tere, mambo ni mawili, kufikisha, kumwaga na kurudi. Kulala ni mwaka mpya.
Muka we mse. Nini mbaya? Wewe kwani wani vile unareba anaendesha gari vibaya, lazima tususe. Anaendesha gari na kwa simu the whole time, hata angalia barabara. Mseni dereva tusimame. Wewe dereva wewe, mwaka iliyopita peke yake watu zaidi ya 3,000 walipoteza maisha yao barabarani kwa sababu ya tabia kama hizo. Hautatuangamiza tukiona.
Naomba msamaha, nitampeleka vizuri.
Si wameomba msamaha. Sasa tuende tusafiri kwa mwendo wa aste.
Dere Smart hufikisha abiria salama. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwako na NTSA kwa ushirikiano na European Union.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with Lookuptv. This is Lookup News. Nancy Lima here and Felista Adundo on the sign language interpretation. Let's continue. More than 180,000 pupils are set to benefit from free meals as Nairobi County rolls out Phase 2 of the Dishina County program. In the Phase 2 exercise, at least 100,000 pupils are set to be enrolled in the program. Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja on Thursday noted that the number in the Phase 2 is an increase from the first phase, which started with only 81,208 pupils, while hinting at plans to partner with the national government in constructing more classes across the county.
Thursday midday. In Nairobi, Governor Johnson Sakaja officially launched the second phase of the Dishina County project for learners in Mukuru, Kwajenga and Ruben, a program that is set to benefit thousands across Nairobi County. The first time, Governor noted that plans are underway to increase the number of central kitchens to 17 from the current 10.
We have rolled out the second phase of the feeding program, where now we have 180,000 children targeted to eat. Many are still streaming into the schools. The schools are not all at 100%, but we've seen an uptick. There are very many new registrations in our schools. The program will eventually get to 250,000 children. Last time it was 80,000. We finished 10 kitchens and now it is 180,000.
Upon his arrival at Kwanjenga Primary School, after attending a lunch session at the Ruben Primary School in Mukuru, Sakaja expressed hope for the success of the second phase of the project, which aims to feed more than 180,000 learners. After first phase that ended December last year benefited more than 87,000 students.
184. And so we are building another 7 kitchens across Nairobi in the constituencies that didn't have, which is Langata, Kamkunji, Embakasi East, Embakasi North, Embakasi West, as well as Starehe we already have, Mathare constituencies. So 7 constituencies, and also Dagoretti South will also have an additional kitchen.
Despite the program facing many objections, Sakaja maintains that the project intends to increase the number of learners enrollment, calling on more stakeholders to join and support the program.
It has been globally acclaimed. Just the other month I was in Paris at the School Meals Coalition, where the World Food Program now wants to copy our model, to use this model for the whole of Africa, where you have a central kitchen. It's a hub and spoke model, and that kitchen serves schools around it. Instead of giving every school, kitchens.
The governor has also indicated that plans are underway to partner with the national government in the construction of more classes and schools to increase the number of classes for the larger number of students, which has so far outgrown learning centers and facilities.
Now, because of that, we embarked on a program together with the president, where we're building 5,000 classrooms in Nairobi over the next 3 years. We're starting with our 500 as a county, and the national government is doing 1,500.
Here at the Mukuru Kwanjenga slums, where now the county governor has arranged and now has confirmed that the project is ongoing. Stanley Lugaria, Lookuptv at the Mukuru Kwanjenga slums, Nairobi.
Thank you, Lagaria, for the details. More than 100 students in Naivasha constituency have a reason to smile after they managed to get scholarships to join various secondary schools across the country. Speaking during the flagging off of cohorts in the Limu Scholarship Program in Naivasha area MP Jen Kihara called on donors to assist students who are left out, adding that the high number of students in need of bursaries is as a result of high number of IDPs. Out of the 1,015 students who applied for the bursary, only 174 are said to have been shortlisted, with only 115 having gotten the scholarship to join secondary schools.
Hundreds of needy students in Naivasha, Nakuru County are living in fear of failing to further their studies due to lack of school fees, with poverty amongst unsettled IDPs being said to be a major cause. According to Naivasha MP Jen Kihara, many students in need of bursaries applied for the bursary, but only few have been selected.
They have been given a 4-year scholarship as a relief for us, as leaders, as parents, and even for themselves. So this is where we are. 1,015 were interviewed, but the shortlisted 274.
According to the area MP who spoke during the flagging off of cohorts in the Limu Scholarship Program in Naivasha, the area is dominated by a high number of informal settlements with families which are in dire need of support. She, however, attributed the situation to the harsh economic situation in the country and the high level of unemployment.
We know there is some little money, I think 10 billion, that was released yesterday. And we were told by the end of this week you should be receiving at least the bursary kit.
Judith Akoth, a parent whose kid is set to benefit from the 4-year scholarship program, has lauded the move, noting that many parents are not in a position to raise school fees for their kids.
Shukuru sana kwa nafasi hii ambaye tumeheshimika tukapata nafasi ya watoto wetu kusoma. Tulikuwa tumekosa tumaini, lakini Mungu ametuonekania watoto wetu wamepata nafasi ya masomo.
Some of the beneficiaries were elated to have been selected, saying that this will help them achieve their dreams.
Ningependa tu kuwahimiza wanafunzi wenzangu tukienda kule shule ya upili tuweze kujitahidi to make sure results ambazo tutakuwa tukizileta hapa zitakuwa za kufurahisha, na kwa miaka zijazo ni sisi tutakuwa tukipeana scholarship hii.
Naivasha is well known for tourist attraction sites which contribute highly to the country's GDP. However, according to the area MP, there are many challenges faced by residents. The MP has urged donors to come out and help some of the needy students to achieve their dreams. Beatrice Lavonga, Lookuptv.
Now, residents of Gitwamba Ndia constituency in Kirinyaga County today morning held a protest over a deplorable state of Baricho Kagumo Road, which has stalled, with the contractor vacating the site. The irate residents barricaded the roads using stones to block the road, with police officers having a rough time trying to calm the residents. They're now calling for the government to intervene and ensure the works resume to ensure the completion of the road and help in easing transport in the area, especially for the farmers who cannot access the market for their produce.
Shida yetu asubuhi ya leo ni vile contractor mwenye alikuwa anatengeneza hii barabara alitoroka. Na hatujui kwa nini alitoroka. Tuliamka tukakuta matrakta yote imeenda, magari hakuna, lori za maji hakuna, na vile vumbi imejaa huku. Tukaona hai, afadhali serikali tutetee. Njuu hii barabara ilikuwa inatengenezwa na tayari wameacha na wameenda.
Mawe huwa inaharibu mashini yetu za barabara, pikipiki na kaa tukutuku kaa hii niko nayo saa hii. Ukiangalia miguu yake iko na shida.
Unaendaje?
Na
ufiano ilikuja wakati gani?
Sasa makontrakta wanakuja wanagusa barabara alafu wanaachana nayo. Sasa tunashindwa kani serikali ni pesa zimekuliwa ama nini, hatujui hivyo.
Tuko na wanafunzi tunaendelea huku juu. Saa hii wengine wa leo wamekuja mguu. Contractor akikuja na wakaweka hii mawe anaenda. Sisi ni wakulima wa kahawa. Bei ya kupandisha kahawa kutoka hapa kwenda Ketuya ni 200 kwa duthi. Tunauliza, tulichaguana. Tunawekewa mawe inaacho, tunawekewa mawe inaacho. Afadhali wenye ilikuwa na maram angalau tungekuwa tunajipelekea kwa mguu tunarudi. Lakini kwa sasa hii mawe tunaachiwa mawe wanarudi. Tunaachiwa mawe wanarudi. Sisi tulichaguana. Matrakta zilikuwa hapa, sasa zimehamishwa zimepelekwa barabara nyingine.
Let's now get sporty. Deputy President Spas Dorcas Rigathi has launched a football tournament targeting reforming and reformed addicts of drugs and substance abuse at the Mutuini grounds in Dagoretti, South Nairobi County. The teams have been formed from some of the men who have undergone rehabilitation under Pastor Dorcas Rigathi's Boy Child program in various parts of the country. Some of the men who were not severely affected by the drugs and substance underwent a 1-month rehabilitation program at the ASK Jamhuri Showground in Nairobi.
Tutaform timu moja yao ambayo yule ametoka amereform anaingia kwa hiyo. Na hiyo nitakuwa ninaiangalia na macho yangu mawili.
Nikiwa kama mzazi, kijana wangu alikuwa amerewa mpaka nilikuwa nimerusha mikono, lakini tangu anze huu mradi hata nikikupea huyo kijana utachukua tu. Amekuwa smart na nashukuru Mungu sababu nilikuwa nimekosa hope kabisa kwa huyo kijana, na nilikuwa nimekosa hope na ni kijana mdogo 22 years.
If we look around and we see, we can tell there is something, there is an error and there is a mistake that happened within the communities, and that's why we have men who we need to rehabilitate.
Moving on, FKF, the 10-time champions Tusker FC, are ready to face Sofapaka in the upcoming FKF Premier on Sunday at Machakos Stadium. Robert Matana's side currently sit 5th with 28 points in the FKF log, 9 points behind defending champions Gor Mahia, with Sofapaka languishing in the relegation zone with only 17 points. 8 times Kenya Cup champions KCB RFC is set for a clash against Ngong Road-based side Mwamba RFC in the 4th round of the current Kenya Cup season this weekend at RFUEA grounds. KCB has won the 3 matches played so far since the season kicked off, garnering 15 points and currently sits second on the table behind leaders Kabras Sugar. The Bankers have so far acquired the services of Horace Olela from Shamas Rugby and dispatched him on loan to Kenyatta University's Black Blood.
I think we are settled down and we've had a very good preparation for the game. We're going to play against Mwamba. We think that, we believe that they play a very unstructured kind of game, but we will approach the game with the respect that they deserve, and we'll try and stick to our structures and try and see if we can tick a few boxes that we didn't tick in the first 3 games that we played last year. Of course, the 3 wins are giving us the momentum to continue going through the season until we reach the playoff seasons. So we'll just keep on riding on that momentum, the winning mentality that is still amongst the players in the team. We feel like we've already broken through the ice of the Christmas holiday. We started camp a little bit earlier and now we are settled in. We just, I think the coaches are just touching on us the final nitty-gritties that we need to work on in order to approach this first game of the season.
Now, Kenya women's rugby team captain Grace Okulu is full of confidence regarding the Lionesses' performance in the upcoming Dubai Sevens this weekend. Lionesses are in the same pool alongside China, Mexico and Czech. The ladies missed out this year's Paris Olympics in Paris, France. Tusker FC to face Sofapaka in the FKF League.
Hi, my name is Grace Adhiambo, Kenya Lionesses captain. We are here in Dubai ahead of our first Challenger Series leg, and our preparation has been really well. We went to St. Andrews Tourism for a camp, and we have been working really a lot on our breakdowns, defense, attacks, and even our lineouts and scrums. And the ladies are ready for the first Challenger Series leg. And our main focus and our main goal for this Challenger Series is to top the leg, of which I know the girls are capable of doing it. And all of you back home, just to root for us and support us. Thank you.
And that's it from us here on Look Up News. We appreciate you for being part, of course, of our audience this evening. Simon Kipegon says he is watching. Thank you so much. Henry Ted is watching as well. We appreciate your feedback, and let's keep the conversation going around stories that matter to us, all stories about our country, of course, and our economy as well. I am Nancy Nalima. Our sign language interpreter for tonight has been Felista Adundo. Hope it's also a pleasant evening. Good night, and keep it right here on Lookuptv.